really is what we are meant to be. Further March goals largely to the touchdown because we built this club from the ground up. The quest is in our DNA from ground up context to the last minute when it's a one goal. Let's not forget the love, the losses, the Ray Jones. We've been keeping our royalty back in Brazil, but just like our Iron Prince, taken too soon. Their names cemented in our history, they will forever be our.
Saturday's action in the EFL Championship gets underway with a London derby at Loftus Road as Millwall have made the journey north of the River Thames to meet Queen's Park Rangers. Both are currently heading in the right direction. Rangers began the weekend in the playoff places after a strong recovery from some poor results at the start of the season and are currently 6 games unbeaten following the depth of a 7-1 loss to Coventry. A 5-0 home defeat to Frank Lampard's team has been the low point for Millwall so far, but they've shown the ability to quickly bounce back from poor results and entered the international break with a commanding 3-0 win over West Bromwich Albion. They are also currently unbeaten away from home, although they've had little success in this part of West London in recent times, with only 1 win in 13 visits. Both teams have had their injury issues heading into this game, but also have players coming back. So a sellout crowd at Loftus Road, looking forward to this game. Millwall always travel in good numbers elsewhere in the capital. And although this stadium is one of the smallest now in the Championship, it is always a vibrant and atmospheric venue when full. And the Queen's Park Rangers supporters, who have seen their team often make slow starts to the season in recent times, including this year, but at the moment their side are in the playoff places and Millwall not too far behind them as we head into the weekend following another international break. Millwall going into 8th position, just a point outside the top 6 with that win against West Brom before the internationals. Queen's Park Rangers only 4 points behind the top 2 now. Middlesbrough going top of the table with their victory against Ipswich on Friday. Rangers with the chance here to really keep pace with the leading pack. But they'll know that away from home, Millwall have been formidable. Goal scoring has been a problem for them so far this season. Only 9 goals in their 9 games. And they've been beaten 3 times at home without scoring, but it's often been a different story on the road. The Queen's Park Rangers have been very good here at Loftus Road so far. And as we were saying, only 1 win in 13 games for Millwall away to Queen's Park Rangers, and that's going back to their days in the old First Division back in the late 1980s. Plenty of noise inside Loftus Road as the 2 teams emerge under grey skies. And no doubt we have 2 teams in really good form here, and Queen's Park Rangers currently the form team in the Championship. Adam Hertzeg is our referee here today. 4 changes for Queen's Park Rangers from the victory at Bristol City. Rhys Norrington-Davies is fit to return at the back, where Steve Cook keeps his place despite the availability of Amadou Mbengwe following suspension. Harvey Vale and the match winner at Ashton Gate, Paul Smith, both play in the wide areas, and Michael Frey joins Richard Kone in attack. Elias Chair not ready to rejoin the matchday squad following injury. Max Crocombe makes his league debut for Millwall in goal, with Stephen Bender injured in training. Josh Coburn has also picked up a knock, so Mihailo Ivanovic will resume the search for his first goal of the season. Jake Cooper makes his 350th championship appearance for the Lions after continuing his remarkable goal-scoring record for the club against West Brom before the international break. And there will be a ceremony before kick-off here to mark the passing of the former Queen's Park Rangers and Millwall manager Gordon Jago during the summer. Andy Sinton on the right there, a fine former Queen's Park Rangers player, and one of the ambassadors for the club. And both teams will gather around the centre circle before this ceremony. Gordon Jago, dying at the age of 92, brought Queen's Park Rangers back into the top flight in 1973 and laid the foundations for a fine team under Dave Sexton, which finished second in the old First Division behind Liverpool in 1976. He also moved on to Millwall and had 3 years in charge at the Den in the mid to late 1970s. A fine manager for both clubs, and he will be remembered here today. Well, there's no doubt that Gordon Jago improved both of these teams during his time in charge of them, and this a fitting tribute for him here this afternoon. And a big day for Max Crocombe, the New Zealand international, in goal for Millwall for the first time in the Championship. And a number of changes for Queen's Park Rangers, including the return of Michael Frey in attack, supporting Richard Kone, who has been in such good goal-scoring form quickly. Paul Nardi very carefully carrying that wreath towards the back of his goal. Queen's Park Rangers will get the match underway. Defending the goal away to our right in the first half. Rangers in their famous blue and white hoops. Millwall wearing all black today with the red trim. And the early throw towards Frey. Flick back and a good save. Crocombe in the action within 25 seconds. Well, that will do his confidence no harm at all. Frey with the setup, and it was struck with some power from the edge of the penalty area. And a really good stop from the New Zealand international to keep out Paul Smith. Crocombe, most recently with Burton Albion. Stephen Bender, the German on loan from Fulham, injured in training this week. Crocombe has featured in EFL Cup games so far this season, but nothing in the league until today. Ryan Leonard will take the throw-in, and Paul Smith back in the starting lineup after coming on to score the winner for Queen's Park Rangers against Bristol City before the international break. Now Vale. Frey makes the run to the far post, and Crocombe with a simple claim this time. Michael Frey scored in the corresponding game here last September, a 1-1 draw. Duncan Watmore with the equaliser for Millwall. And Julian Stéphan continues to impress as the new Queen's Park Rangers manager. And he's unbeaten at home since arriving, 2 wins and 2 draws. Up against a Millwall team today with 2 wins and 2 draws away from home. They've had their problems at the Den with 3 defeats without scoring against Middlesbrough, Wrexham and Coventry. Adam Hertzek is our referee today. He was in charge when Queen's Park Rangers lost 7-1 at Coventry in August, and they've not been beaten since. Steve Cook almost cut out by Aziz. Now the former Queen's Park Rangers player Luongo. Leonard quickly cut out. Was helped on towards Frey, but in the end Millwall will clear. And Luongo scored for Rangers twice against Millwall during his time here between 2015 and 2019. Norrington Davis with the throw-in. And towards Kone. Now Madsen. Kone twisting and turning, but in the end it does break kindly for Madsen, and here is Dunn. Vale. But it's quickly broken up, and Millwall will try and bring it forward here, but Mitchell was closed down. Here is Kone. Has support from Vale. Frey waits in the centre. Kone with that nice pirouette, and the cross in from Vale is deflected behind by Sturge, and it will be the game's first corner for Queen's Park Rangers. Harvey Vale will deliver this in. And towards that near post, but again safe hands from Crocombe. He was on the bench for New Zealand in their draws in Europe against Poland and Norway during the international break. Cooper, 350th championship appearance for Millwall today, scored in the victory against West Bromwich Albion. It's the 9th successive season in which he scored for the Lions. Aziz. And he was clipped. And it will be a free kick conceded by Madsen. It's a decade ago now that Alex Neil arrived at Norwich and took them into the Premier League via the playoffs. He's had a mixed time against Queen's Park Rangers, 6 wins, 3 draws and 5 losses. Mitchell's free kick, looking for Cooper. There's confusion and the header towards goal in the end. Gathered by Nardi, no real power. But Millwall winning a succession of headers there. But none of them really able to test the Queen's Park Rangers goalkeeper. Will Smallbone was in there initially, and then it was flicked on. With the presence of Jake Cooper often causing problems. Mihailovic yet to score this season. And coming into this game, he'd had 17 efforts on goal without finding the back of the net. The player who was Millwall's top scorer last season, as Kone will chase, but Crocombe will clear. Vale holding off Mitchell. And then tumbling under the challenge of Luongo. Massimo Luongo was heading down himself, but made absolutely sure that Vale would be going down with him. Free kick for Queen's Park Rangers. Steve Cook forward along with Liam Morrison. They won't find any of them. It's hooked away by Aziz. Quickly returned towards the edge of the penalty area. Cook's effort. Kone was almost in there. Appeals for a penalty as he clashed with Leonard inside the 6-yard area, but they mainly came from the crowd and they were quickly waved away by the referee. Now Aziz. Almost forward to Ballo. The Rangers can bring it clear with Varane. Vale. Kone is playing a slightly deeper role behind Frey at the start of this game, as now Luongo can bring it forward. Plays it square. It's a brilliant save by Nardi to deny Smallbone. It was given away initially there. Won back well by Ryan Leonard. Smallbone in support, and he hit that so cleanly with the outside of the right foot, swinging away from Nardi, but that is a top draw save to keep out the Southampton loanee. And both goalkeepers with really good stops in the opening stages. Smallbone, that's blocked by Smith, and he completes the clearance. Sturge. He scored in the victory against West Bromwich Albion. Crocombe looking for Aziz. Mitchell. Once again, he demands it of Kramer. Cooper. Well judged by Dunn. Smith coming in field, but the referee allows play to continue. Here is Frey. Closed down by Luongo. Aziz. And now Smallbone. Luongo is still down here, so Leonard will quickly play the ball out. And this was the incident involving Leonard and Kone inside the 6-yard area. Kone with a clever touch there, and Leonard just coming across to ensure the ball headed back to Crocombe. Kone convinced there was a foul. Leonard would argue it was shoulder to shoulder, but Kone may have other ideas. Richard Kone with 4 goals in 7 games. He really does have a remarkable story. First came to prominence in the UK playing for the Ivory Coast in the Homeless World Cup back in 2019 in Cardiff, and he then found himself in the football pyramid, working his way up. Of course, was prolific for Wycombe before making the move to Queen's Park Rangers. And really an inspiration for so many people for so many reasons. There'll be concern here for Millwall. Massimo Luongo, and a change looks to be readied here already. Just stretching out to challenge Frey there. It's whether he just hyperextended that knee. And he went down straight away, and Massimo Luongo is not the sort of player to linger on the playing surface. And Millwall will be making the change straight away. Jimmy Dunn is quick to console Luongo, who was a very popular figure here. An early problem for Alex Neil, and the reaction from the medical team straight away suggested this could be a bad one. Casper De Norre will be coming on. The Belgian played in the opening 3 games of the season, but then picked up an injury. But very quickly he will be back in the action here due to the injury for Massimo Luongo. Alex Neil making absolutely clear what he wants from him, but the stretcher called for the Australian. And we hope the prognosis is a good one of the long term for Massimo Luongo. But it's a lengthy delay, and sympathetic applause from the Queen's Park Rangers fans as well as those from Millwall. Luongo really helped to hold Queen's Park Rangers together during a difficult spell following their relegation from the Premier League. And this a significant blow for Millwall, certainly today and possibly in the longer term as well. And Casper De Norre will come on to replace him. He can slot in pretty much the same position at the base of midfield alongside Billy Mitchell. The EFL are highlighting their Together Against Racism campaign this month. One league, one community, together against racism, and that's something which will be highlighted at all of these 72 clubs up and down the EFL. Cooper. And it's beyond Ivanovic. A rather subdued atmosphere all around Loftus Road as a result of that injury for Luongo. Norrington Davis. He was clipped by Mitchell. It will be a free kick. And Harvey Vale, the former Chelsea youngster, will head over to take this with the right foot. Vale's delivery was a good one. It actually strikes Kone on the heel. Varane almost won back by Mitchell, but it's loose, and Morrison now can bring it forward, the central defender. Kone. And it was Smallbone who was back to make the challenge. Vale finding Kone, but he was just beyond the ball, which allowed Millwall to get the ball away. It was Denora who was tangling there with Kone. Just wonder whether Morrison coming in behind would have been a better option. Millwall with the opportunity to break here with the pace of Ballo. Aziz waiting, smothered by Nardi, and the flag is up for offside. Well, it wouldn't have counted for Femi Aziz, but Paul Nardi didn't know that. Ballo getting the ball out of his feet, and it would have been a tight one, but Nardi did well anyway. Femi Aziz with a goal and an assist against West Brom in that 3-0 win before the international break. And both Aziz and Ballo do have plenty of pace either side of Smallbone in that attacking midfield unit. Kone, and the shot clipping the top of the crossbar from Smith. Well, another near thing in a game which has been littered with them so far. The ball breaking kindly off Frey for Kone. And Smith just forced wide by that first touch, but still able to generate the power, but Crocombe may have had it covered as it glanced the crossbar. Good lead by Aziz, but there is Varane. Leonard. Well, it breaks kindly for Frey again, although he was harrying Kramer to force the error. Smith away from Mitchell. The cross is a good one, taken down superbly by Kone, fizzed in towards the feet of Frey, but here is Varane, encouraged to shoot, but working it wide. Vale's cross. Kramer on the end of that. And then Varane leaping. And it will bobble behind. Julian Stefan has really overseen a big turnaround after a disappointing start to the season. Millwall have maybe lacked consistency at times, but they've always bounced back when they've had those home defeats. Ballo, now Sturge. And Ivanovic seeing the ball break off him, although he looks bemused. Queen's Park Rangers with their best start since 2019. 50% of the goals they conceded so far came in one game. That 7-1 loss to Coventry. Coventry also put 4 past Millwall at the Den. But these two clubs are not alone in having issues against Frank Lampard's team in the opening weeks of the season. But it's a young Queen's Park Rangers team. Only Watford have a younger average starting age. Rangers is just over 25. And maybe as a result of that, Julian Stefan has had to chop and change at times. Kone. Now Smith. In towards Kone. Frey slipping at the crucial moment. And Smallbone will clear. Norrington Davis. Cook. Sturge leaping ahead of Vale, but here is Kone. And that's a rarity for him recently. Most of his shots have been flying into the back of the net, but never got hold of that. It's a high bouncing ball, and Kramer came across to close him down. Julian Stefan did great things with his hometown club, Rennes. Won the French Cup and took them into the Champions League. There's no doubt that Martí Cifuentes stabilised Queen's Park Rangers, but they had a poor end to last season. Brockham's clearance into the crowd. Jimmy Dunn will leave this for Paul Smith. Never too much room around the pitch at Loftus Road to wind up for a long throw. Smith going short in the end. And then he was clipped by Ballo. It's a free kick. Ballo knew that Smith was away from him. And now Vale can wrap his left foot around this and whip it in. It's very deep though, and the whistle has gone anyway. Leonard. Millwall with their best start away from home in the second tier since 1995, when they were unbeaten in their first 9 away games. But in the end, they were relegated that season. Mick McCarthy was the manager at the start of the campaign, but he left to become the Republic of Ireland manager. And things rather unravelled after his departure. Norrington Davis doing the shepherding and winning the free kick from Aziz. Both teams have had opportunities so far. Queen's Park Rangers with 4 attempts on goal, the only one on target after 24 seconds. And Paul Smith tested Max Crocombe. Both of Millwall's attempts have been on target and have forced one fine save from Paul Nardi. Millwall free kick here. All rather untidy. Millwall with the opportunity to get this ball forward. As Christian Nuri, the Queen's Park Rangers chief executive, looked on. Julian Stephan was someone who maybe wasn't on the radar of many Queen's Park Rangers fans when he got the job, but he's certainly impressed in the early weeks. Denora. Sturge, it's very deep. Nardi still had to make the claim and just about get the ball in play. And he looks for the quick release. Frey. Now Norrington Davis. On towards Smith, but covered well by Kramer. Rhys Norrington Davis on loan from Sheffield United. He's had really bad injuries there. Maybe looking for something of a fresh start this season. Long throw from Smith. That's a good leap, but Smith will get an opportunity to attack now. And the cross is delivered. Frey was waiting. And then the shot from Vale loops high into the air off Mitchell. And it's a Rangers throw-in. And they've offered more going forward so far. It's one of those local derbies in which both teams are tending to cancel each other out. Cooper turning the ball behind ahead of Frey. The Rangers with 12 touches inside the Millwall penalty area so far. Millwall have only had 2 at the other end. And I think both of those were headers in the same movement, which led to a Nardi save. Cooper and Kramer up against Dunn and Cook. That's the heart of the battle inside the penalty area, and it's Dunn who wins it. Did well to get to the far post unchecked. Now Smith. And he was caught by Mitchell. It's another free kick. Just a word for Billy Mitchell from Adam Hertzeg. One or two of those. Paul Smith, the Northern Ireland international. Madsen, the Dane, will take this. And towards the near post. Millwall defend it well and then fired back into the crowd. Now Varane. An expansive ball which is headed back in field by Leonard. Cook is still forward. Kone. Vale. And then Morrison's cross. Frey outnumbered at the near post, and Millwall will be able to bring the ball clear. Cut up now by Norrington Davis. Madsen. Cook. Smith will scamper forward again. Vale. Dunn's cross. Mitchell with the header away. Frey. Kone losing out. Varane. Now Vale coming inside. Frey going down, but again Adam Hertzeg is saying nothing doing. Michael Frey will always be a physical jewel for any player inside the penalty area, but at the moment he's finding two or three Millwall defenders around him on every occasion. Norrington Davis, he's done well. And then Smith going down. It was Leonard who made the challenge, and the referee's patience has finally expired. And Ryan Leonard gets the game's first yellow card. And he really did crunch in, coming in from behind. Ryan Leonard with his second yellow card of the season. One of Millwall's longest serving players now. He's been there since 2019. And this time Jimmy Dunn, the player who was caught by Sturge. Julien Stéphan just having words with Stephen Martin, the fourth official. The Rangers beginning to take a grip on this game. Much more of the encounter now being played around the Millwall penalty area. Madsen. Cooper rising to clear once again. Alex Neil has already seen his team lose Massimo Luongo to what looked to be a serious injury. So Denora has just slotted in, and at the moment the course of the game has not really been changed as Denora wins it back there. Mitchell. Aziz chasing this, and he's got there, great control. Aziz blocked by Nani, but Aziz is there again, and Millwall have the lead. Well, what a classic counter-attack from the Lions. No justice for Paul Nardi this time. He made a fine save, but Aziz was able to pick up the pieces. Denora and Mitchell winning the ball back. Mitchell with a long ball forward. Aziz doing well to bring that ball down. The first shot kept out well by the goalkeeper, but Aziz quickest to react, and he managed to thread the ball beyond the defender on the goal line. Nardi blocking with his legs, and then he was out of the game, although he just got a touch on that and maybe took it away from Steve Cook, who was coming in behind him. But Alex Neil has not seen his team give up a single point whilst ahead so far this season, and they lead at Loftus Road. And it's the 10th first-half goal that Queen's Park Rangers have conceded this season. That's the most in the Championship now. Level with Sheffield Wednesday at the other end of the table. Smith with the long throw. Met by Cooper. Varane. And the space here for the cross, but it's blocked once again by Kramer. And both Denora and Mitchell did really well to help make that goal, and Aziz with the first touch, which was really something to admire. And on the ground where they don't usually win, Millwall are ahead. Their last win here in February of 2023, when Duncan Watmore scored the winner. Before that, you've got to go back to a Tony Cascarino goal in 1989, but the corner kick's been conceded here by Kramer. Well, Millwall with 4 attempts on goal so far, and they've all been on target. Morrison and Cook forward once again, joined by Dunn. It's deep towards Frey. And it's a goal kick. Well, Paul Nardi doing well to block the first shot. And you'll see here, he reaches across and he just gets a touch on that. And you just wonder if that wrong-footed Steve Cook on the goal line, and whether Cook was in a position to clear it otherwise. Aziz, though, able to claim it. Richard Kone winning another free kick. Millwall scoring against the run of play, but now Rangers looking to respond before half-time, and we will have plenty of added time following that injury for Massimo Luongo. Cooper shown a yellow card as a result of that foul as well. Mitchell. And that's a good turn. And pace again from Millwall on the counter-attack. Now Denora. He thought he was fouled. As both Ballo and Aziz look to cook something up down the left. Now it's wide towards Norrington Davis. First cross is blocked. Varane. Norrington Davis. And Millwall have not often come from behind this season, but when they've been ahead, that's usually been enough. Well, it's a free kick here for the Lions. Four minutes of normal time to play in the first half. Norrington Davis. Smith. Frey. Things not really happening for Queen's Park Rangers since the goal. And Julian Stephan. Continuing to look at the screen to try and pick out where things may just be going wrong in the short term. Kone. Varane. And support on the outside from Vale. And the cross, though, deflected off Sturge. Donora. Good leap from Morrison. Aziz is in space on the right, and he's found by Mitchell here. Small boat ahead of him. Aziz, though, delivering the cross in, and Ivanovic unable to make the decisive touch. And again, the space in the wide areas for Millwall, and Aziz with a teasing ball in, and Ivanovic not quite getting there in time. Cook. And again, Millwall are pressing well in twos and threes, which does put Rangers under pressure as Crocombe clears away. And Norrington Davis unable to keep it in play. So the only shot for Queen's Park Rangers on target in the first minute. And although they've had spells of heavy pressure, Millwall again looking a very resilient side, of course. Built on that defensive rock, Jake Cooper at the back, but they've got a very solid spine and pace and quality in the wide areas. Norrington Davis. Donora. Ballo just tangling with Vale. Cooper. Oh, and Mitchell just missing out there. Kone. But Aziz doing well. We're into added time at the end of this game. First half, 4 added minutes following the injury for Luongo. And the EFL also running their anti-racism campaign at the moment, Together Against Racism, highlighting the work the league and its clubs deliver all season long to combat racism and build stronger, more united communities. Denore. That's a good ball again. Ballo finding Aziz just beyond Smallbone. But it's good football from Millwall. And Alex Neil, having seen his team score against the run of play, may be disappointed they've not added to it already. Smith. Only Millwall and Middlesbrough are yet to drop a point so far this season, having scored first. Frey. Now Kone. It's all very tight. Vale. Not clear by Mitchell. Varane. Norrington Davis. Varane. Leaping for it. Initially was Vale, and now he'll get it. Madsen. Millwall have everybody behind the ball at the moment. Done. Vale. Mitchell breaks it up. Aziz riding the first challenge from Varane, but now Norrington Davis. Five wait for the cross over the head of Smith. Millwall clear. Smallbone. Ivanovic took that well on the chest. And Morrison had to clear. I think he believed that Ivanovic may have used the hand. That's the point he's making towards Adam Hertzeg, the referee, now. But it's a throw-in. Liam Morrison, the former Bayern Munich player. And the travels a long way and it's in. And Millwall double their lead, and finally Mikhailo Ivanovic has scored this season. Well, it seemed he couldn't miss at times last year, but there'll be huge relief for him. And big problems for Julian Stéphan on the stroke of half-time. Simple goal again. Aziz playing the ball in. Queen's Park Rangers not dealing with it. Maybe took a touch there off Varane, which wrong-footed everybody else, and Ivanovic stooping unmarked to double Millwall's lead. Jonathan Varane with the inadvertent assist. And Alex Neil's team have taken a firm grip on this London derby, with pretty much the final movement of the first half. Or maybe not. Aziz seeking out Smallbone. And it's blocked by Morrison, and that is half-time. Millwall in control. Femi Aziz scoring the first on the break, 9 minutes before the break, and then his cross causing confusion, and that allowed Mikhailo Ivanovic to nod in the second, deep into added time at the end of the first half. Half-time. Queen's Park Rangers 0, Millwall 2.
Okay, for anyone who entered our raffle this afternoon, thanks for your continued support of QPR Community Trust. The winning number is 14853. That's 14853. Congratulations. You have that ticket. You just won yourself £250. It's a Wilson House after the game located next to the main entrance on South Africa Road. And up again, 14853. Thanks again to everyone who participated in our raffle, hoping to raise funds for QPR Community Trust.
Welcome back to Loftus Road. Millwall leading 2-0 at Queen's Park Rangers at half-time. Femi Aziz scoring the first and making the second for Mikhailo Ivanovic. So unsurprisingly, they are wreathed in smiles at the start of the second half. Julian Stephan with a very different outlook. And we've often seen him make changes at half-time to try and change the course of a game. The Rangers were on top before Millwall scored, but the Lions have been clinical so far. Millwall get the second half underway, leading by 2-0, wearing all black, defending the goal away to our right. And Alex Neil once again has seen his team away from home be very effective. 5 attempts on goal, all on target. And although Queen's Park Rangers have had more possession, the Rangers have had 19 touches inside the Millwall box. Millwall have had 5 at the other end, but 2 of those have been their players putting the ball into the back of the net, and we saw Mihailo Ivanovic there. He got the second, his first of the season, and it was the 5,999th in Millwall's league history. One more for another milestone. 55 teams before them have got to 6,000 league goals. More importantly for them, it could be putting them on course for another away victory this season. That would allow them to go above Queen's Park Rangers in the table. And some gloomy faces among the home supporters after so much pre-match optimism. Their unbeaten home record is now under real threat as Nardi does well to clear. Vale on towards Kone. Vale again encouraging Frey to chase, and he's game, but not quite quick enough. Rangers conceded only 4 goals in that 6-match unbeaten run following the 7-1 loss at Coventry. And Julien Stéphan is looking for his team to step things up here. Long way to go, of course. Dunn claiming he was fouled by Ivanovic, but nothing given. Denore. And the scoop, finding Ballo, just unable to gather initially, but he does have Sturge in support. He's now found by Mitchell. All the way back to Max Crocombe, the Kiwi international, who has not been tested really since the opening minute of the game, when he did well to keep out that shot from Paul Smith. Small boat, always uses the ball well. Aziz turning into Norrington Davis, but Denore. Leonard. Aziz. And the cross behind this time. Femi Aziz scoring the first and having a major role in the second for Alex Neil. Millwall were 13th when he took over last January. He ended up 2 points outside the playoff places in 8th position. Smith. It goes down, but the referee says Leonard won the ball. Leonard, one of 2 players booked in the first half, and now Leonard has gone down. And Smith was initially goal side of Leonard. And the question is, was the contact sufficient to send him down? And then Smith catching Leonard with the follow-through. And he's still down. The free kick has been given to Millwall. And Leonard okay to continue. And it's a sore one for Ryan Leonard. Crocombe will take the free kick. Ivanovic nodded on by Will Smallbone, who created a crucial goal for the Republic of Ireland in the World Cup qualifiers. He made Evan Ferguson's header for the only goal against Armenia. Smallbone on the ball again. Nice touch. Aziz. Mitchell. Now Sturge. Ballo. They almost worked the 1-2, and with a bit more precision there from Zach Sturge, Ballo would have been away. There's a problem for Liam Morrison here. I'm sure he'll be watching Bayern against Borussia Dortmund later on today, the former Bayern player, but he's more preoccupied with a problem with his right heel at the moment. And Amadou Mbengwe is warming up. He's had a really good start to the season following his move from Reading, but suspended last week. And he may be coming on. And he won't be the only one as well. Karamoko Dembele is also getting stripped. And if it's a heel problem, then it's very difficult for a central defender to push off to try and leap for the ball. So Rangers will be forced into a change here. Karamoko Dembele and Amadou Mbengwe, it seems, are the players coming on. Harvey Vale will be replaced by Karamoko Dembele. His brother Siriki is currently in action in the Championship, playing for Oxford against Derby today. And Amadou Mbengwe, who has very quickly become a popular player for Queen's Park Rangers fans, he'll replace the stricken Liam Morrison. And Karamoko Dembele, 3 goals and 4 assists last season. He's been in and out of the side in the current campaign. Ballo appeals for handball, but nothing given. And Mbengwe's first job is to try and deal with him. Mitchell. All the way back to Cooper, but he gets there before Frey. Now Smith. And Norrington Davis, and he was taken out. And Ryan Leonard's going to have a problem here, is he? No, it's gone the other way. Norrington Davis has been shown the yellow card for simulation. Well, Ryan Leonard was saying very quickly that there was no contact, and Norrington Davis certainly took a fall, a dramatic fall, and it's earned him a yellow card, his 3rd of the season. Frey. Cooper gets there first. Helped on by Mitchell. Ivanovic. Now Mbengwe. Dunn. Forced wide by Ballo. And then Dunn forced back towards the halfway line, and Mbengwe It's a nice touch by Dembele. Varane. Not quite driving into the space that was there, but here is done. He's been caught by Balo. That's a free kick. And a third yellow card for Millwall. Tierno Balo. And the Austrian making no contact with the ball. Balo, who is on loan from Wolfsberger, gets his first yellow card in English football. Once again, the big men are forward here for Queen's Park Rangers. And they need a goal very quickly here. It's whipped in by Dembele, fisted clear by Croker. Smith. Cooper again is the highest player inside the area. Denore. And Bangway under that. Leonard. Smith was back defending. Norrington Davis. Kone. And Kramer. Eventually clearing Millwall's lines. Ivanovic losing out to Cook. But Millwall have got Queen's Park Rangers playing the sort of game that they want them to play at the moment. And there's a slightly frenetic air about the way Queen's Park Rangers are chasing this game, which is perhaps unsurprising. Biggest crowd of the season here, 17,408. Just over 500 more than there were here for the other London derby against Charlton back in August. Well, that's a slip by Varane. Aziz, Ivanovic, but Mbengwe was heading across to cover. And then the free kick given for a challenge on by Smith on Aziz. And the game is developing a rather fractious air at the moment. Another yellow card, this time for Paul Smith. And Aziz once again using that pace, and Paul Smith knew that Rangers were in trouble if he got away from him. Paul Smith seeing yellow for the first time this season. 3 yellow cards in 4 minutes. Smallbone with the free kick for Millwall. Mitchell. And then cleared by Varane. And then Denore. Hooked forward by Balo. Now Mitchell. Balo again. And Mitchell heading into that space created by Balo. Sturge. And the cross in. Will eventually go behind for a goal kick. More changes for Queen's Park Rangers. Michael Frey coming off. Now Rehan Colley is coming on. Koki Sato He's also making his way into the field for Paul Smith. Kokai Sato, Japanese under-23 international, signed from Belgian football. And Roman Burrell did score in the victory at Wrexham. Jamaican international, signed from Burton Albion. Neither side with a shot so far since half-time. Norrington Davis with the cross, which was blocked. And now Sato, low ball into that near post, but safe hands from Crocombe. Koki Sato will certainly give them something different down the left. But Millwall have been in this sort of situation on a number of occasions so far this season, and on every occasion they have won. Smallbone. Challenge Sean Varane, but he's quickly under pressure, and as a result Millwall get the throw-in. Well, Julien Stéphan has made changes, but not really changed the course of the game so far. It's been a pretty attritional second half, which of course suits Millwall with the 2-goal lead. Cook with the header away. Sturge. Interesting ball back into the area. Appeals for handball against Norrington Davis, but it's only a corner. It was Smallbone who was arriving around the back there with Aziz. It was Aziz who got the touch, and I don't think Norrington Davis knew anything about this, and it seemed to strike him on the chest in the end anyway. Smallbone will take the corner. Cleared as far as Mitchell. Smallbone. And it's very deep. Well, Millwall lost Massimo Luongo early in the game, but Casper Denore, who has not played since August, out of the side due to injury, has come on, and Millwall have not lost anything in quality or tenacity. And Denore initially won the ball back in the build-up to the first goal, and both he and Mitchell have really bottled up midfield effectively. This kick from Dunn. Sturge will take the throw-in. Santo's had a forward, but Millwall always seem to have two players around the ball. Here is Dembele. Cooper, well, the flag's up for offside. And it's a free kick. And it's turning into a very frustrating second half here for the Queen's Park Rangers fans. Players like Casper Denore, who we highlighted, have just nullified anything that Rangers have been able to produce Aziz. Leonard. Ivanovic in pursuit. Cook will have to play this. He's got support from Norrington Davis, and the Rangers have a throw in deep inside their own territory. Millwall at the moment will be extending their best start to a season away from home at this level for 30 years. Leonard back to Crocombe. And if there were any nerves for the goalkeeper making his league debut, that save in the opening seconds will have helped, and since then he's had relatively little to do. Dunn spins away from Kone. Sturge, one back though by Dunn. Burrell. Now Dembele. Varane. Sato. Now Varane again. Madsen is square of him. Dunn. Madsen makes the run into the area. Dunn's cross cleared by Kramer. Norrington Davis. Sato. Supported by Norrington Davis. Sato again. Norrington Davis winning the corner kick off Kramer. But Millwall have won so many aerial duels in this area of the field so far. Corner kick. It glances off the head of Kramer, and it will be another corner. Millwall fans look to turn up the volume at the other end of the stadium. And the corner ricocheting back towards Dembele, looking to open out the angle for the shot, deflected off Mitchell. Crocombe fumbling, but then gathering off Burrell. Hammered forward by Tristan Kramer. And again, Millwall very effectively have moved themselves up the field. Well, it's hard to make a case for Queen's Park Rangers coming back into the game at the moment. Kramer. Cooper's crossfield ball is cut out by Norrington Davis, but it quickly ricochets back into Millwall hands, but Barlow won't keep that in play. Well, we're ticking towards the final 20 minutes. And it's not been the sort of day that Queen's Park Rangers will have been hoping for. So much optimism. Now Sato. In towards Burrell, but he's unable to gather. And there's no room at all for Queen's Park Rangers in that sort of position. Just look how many black shirts were around Sato. And Burrell was onside, but it was a very difficult ball to try and control and turn with. Millwall have already won at Norwich and Sheffield United. Having drawn at Charlton, scoring very late in the day. They're on course for victory in the other London derby they'll play away from home this season. Kieran Morgan is now coming on for Queen's Park Rangers to replace Jonathan Varane. Julian Stefan just trying to rotate things around the midfield and hope that something could happen here. Morgan, 19 years of age, came through the academy at Tottenham before moving on to Queen's Park Rangers. Was a regular last season. Signed a new long-term contract in January of this year. Madsen. First involvement for Morgan. Norrington Davis. And he's not got much change out of Aziz or Leonard on that side. Sato. Aziz comes away with the ball. Ivanovic in pursuit, and Bengwe forced back towards his own goal, but he's got time to find Nardi. Madsen. 2 games away from home coming up for Queen's Park Rangers against Swansea and Derby. Millwall at home to Stoke on Tuesday. Burrell. Now Madsen. The cross just deflected off Mitchell, but Kramer is able to clear. And Alex Neil making more changes. Academy at Charlton. And Femi Aziz and Cherno Ballo are players going off, and they've caused some real havoc in the wide areas. And Doughty will come on along with Camiel Negli, the Algerian, signed from Sparta Rotterdam. Does have a couple of goals so far this season. Doughty's not had too much time on the field since his arrival from Luton. Was injured almost straight away, but once again could it turn out to be a very good signing for Millwall in the Championship. And at the moment they are heading into the top 6. Of course, plenty of games coming up later on this weekend. Sato. Millwall fans might not be taking too much for granted. They have conceded 5 goals in the last 50 minutes of games so far this season. And the EFL are also highlighting their anti-racism campaign at the moment, Together Against Racism, which highlight the work the league and the clubs deliver all season long to combat racism and build stronger, more united communities. Norrington Davis. He's blocked by Negli. And now he gathers. Denore. He breaks off Norrington Davis back towards Sato. Will be a throw-in. Apologies for the profanity you may have heard there. Burrell. And Cook. Able to ensure that ball goes behind. It's a goal kick. And Millwall without a single shot in the second half, but they've managed to preserve their 2-goal lead. Morgan. Now an opportunity for Dembele, and that scoop is behind Burrell. Hooked away as far as Morgan, and his audacious attempt at a volley spins behind for a corner via a deflection. And will a set piece give Queen's Park Rangers a route back into this game? Bengay waits at the near post. It travels a long way and it's smuggled wide in the end. Jimmy Dunn was on the end of it. Dunn just pulling away towards that far post, and it took a deflection on the way through. Maybe off Kramer. Corner kick again for Rangers. Guided away by Mitchell. Bengay. That's cleverly done. But the cross is headed over the top by Steve Cook. Bengay showing the enterprise there, but Cook not really set to guide the header on target from there. Millwall bringing on Luke Cundle, who scored the winner on his debut against Queen's Park Rangers at the Den last season. And it's Casper Denore who is coming off, so the player who replaced Masamu Luongo is himself replaced, but he's done the job required. And Luke Cundle, who scored in the victory at Sheffield United, will come on. And there's another change imminent as well, and it's Macaulay Longstaff who will replace Mikhailo Ivanovic. Ivanovic finally getting his first goal of the season here today, and Longstaff has now come off the bench 6 times during this campaign. Did score the winner on the opening day at Norwich City. And Longstaff known for a plethora of goals during his time with Notts County in both the National League and League Two. He's found goals harder to come by in the Championship, but he's a good player to bring on at this stage. Cundle. Norrington Davis, free kick. The ball was moving, so Queen's Park Rangers wasting their own time here. "12 attempts on goal for them overall, but only 2 on target, and only 1 of any real consequence. And despite 29 touches inside the Millwall penalty area, in the main, they have been snuffed out. But here's an opportunity for Dembele. Cross cleared by Cooper. Madsen. Played back to Dembele again. Kramer with the block. It's still loose inside the area. Appeals for a penalty as Sato goes down, but they look to be optimistic. Now Madsen. Ballo. Nodded away by Kramer. Madsen. Sato going down again. It was Kramer again. But again, any appeals were waved away. Well won by Dunn in the end. Dembele looking to take on Cooper. Madsen deflected away by Doughty. And Mbengwe heading back to Nardi at the other end. Quickly closed down by Langstaff. Mitchell. Langstaff is offside. So here is Doughty. And Millwall just happy to play keep ball here. Their fans haven't seen a shot on goal at their end of the stadium. From their team at least, but I'm not sure they'll be too concerned about that. It's Billy Mitchell who was involved here. Challenging Kokai Sato. Maybe there was contact. But here's an opportunity for Kone. And it's lofted over the top. Well, Kone's been the go-to man for Queen's Park Rangers recently. But things have not quite come off for him so far today. And Alex Neil is still the more animated coach. Neil had almost instant success in the English game when he took Norwich into the Premier League. Of course, they weren't able to stay there. But he did revive Sunderland, brought them back into the Championship and laid the foundations for what's turned out to be a successful spell for them. Mitchell. Sato. Burrell. There's room here for Dembele. Kone ahead of him to his left. And now Sato with a great chance. And it's in by Burrell. Millwall looked to the assistant. But the flag never came. And Queen's Park Rangers are back in the match. Finally, Millwall opened up. Dembele doing well coming in field. Well, Burrell looked to be offside there. And the pass to him was slightly advanced, but there was no flag. And it's 2-1. Millwall concede in the final 15 minutes of a championship match for the 6th time this season. And Burrell wins it back here. And the crowd are suddenly back in this game as well. Dembele. Blocked by Sturge, it'll be a corner. And just listen to that noise now. Well, it's taken Queen's Park Rangers an awfully long time to make this a contest in the second half. But now 4 minutes to play, plus added time. The corner's blocked. Dembele. Norrington Davis. Flicked on towards Burrell. And the flag is raised this time. Nigel Logg, the assistant, on this near side. And Alex Neil now sees his goalkeeper go down. Cramp increasingly seems to be an issue for goalkeepers at this stage of games these days. And Julien Stéphan having words with Stephen Martin, the fourth official. But Romain Burrell has given Queen's Park Rangers some hope here. And you just get the feeling that Crocombe will be okay. But it's given both managers the opportunity to speak to their teams. Alex Neil also having words with the fourth official as Crocombe takes the free kick for the offside. Negley, small bone. And that will be a Queen's Park Rangers throw with 90 seconds of normal time to play. Flicked on by Dunn. Burrell away from Kramer. Burrell delivering the cross in, but it's behind Sato. Cook. Sato. And Morgan doing well. Kone. Dembele. He lets fly, but it's blocked by Cooper. And the cross in from Morgan, and then the shot from Dembele was rushed. Well, the Rangers supporters will be looking for a fairly hefty portion of added time here, and we'll know fairly soon. Done. Back to Nardi. Eight more minutes. Kone. Looking to drive deep into the penalty area, and the cross is gathered well by Crocombe. Kone doing well there because Sturge had no way of knowing which way he was going. It's a goal kick. Well, Alex Neil and his team may be just slightly anxious now. It looked to be a pretty comfortable away victory, but now they've still got 7 minutes of added time to negotiate. Madsen. Dunn. Sato. Morgan. Here is Norrington Davis. Kone going across to the left. Sato makes the run in behind, but it's a high ball towards Dunn. And Crocombe was able to cling on. And Bengway. And Langstaff tangling with him. Oh, and Langstaff has done well. Then he goes down. Not sure there was a foul in there. And in the end, Langstaff has, I think, been penalised for handball. Cook. Madsen. Now Dembele. He's made the difference. Kone. Sato. Madsen again. The cross is very deep. Appeals for a foot up there. Cook with a header. And then Burrell over the top from close range. Well, I think the Rangers fans are appealing for a foot up there, but in the aftermath, Rangers winning 2 headers in quick succession, and Burrell with the second one, putting it over the top. Small bone. And it's kept in play well, and Condell has won a corner kick here for Millwall, and they won't be hurrying. Langstaff, the player who is down. Corner kick. And Doughty just ensuring that Millwall have got the chance to try and wind down the clock here. Negley. Doughty again. Negley. Sato getting in there. Pinball, which results in breaking kindly for Condell. Did that ball go out? Not quite. And Akil Howson, the assistant, who was right there, eventually seeing something he didn't like as the bodies went tumbling all over the place. And it's a free kick for Millwall. And this is exactly what they need. Right by the corner flag. And you can imagine they'll try and stay there. Negley and Doughty. And now the flag's up for offside against Doughty. And it's a free kick. And Doughty not retreating. And he'll get a yellow card for that. And Queen's Park Rangers will try and get the ball forward quickly here. Dembele. But it's won back well by Negley, but he was all alone. Kone, Burrell, Madsen, Dembele. And it's hooked away by Kramer. It will be a throw-in. 2.5 minutes of added time to play. Nardi will launch this. Both Dunn and Cook are up there around the penalty area. Burrell. Madsen. And the acrobatics don't come off there for Steve Cook. That would have been some story if he connected with that and it had flown into the back of the net. Queen's Park Rangers have now had 14 attempts on goal in the second half. Millwall haven't had any. Nardi's clearance. Doughty. Now Negley. Mitchell. And it's a free kick. And Millwall may have done enough here. And they've done well to restrict the opportunities. There was Burrell's header. The Queen's Park Rangers haven't been able to apply the necessary pressure since scoring the goal. Cooper, almost like a rugby union fly half there, kicking for touch. And there he is again with the header, Negley. Cook, though, wins it back. The final touch there was off Sturridge. Burrell. And it's a free kick for Millwall, and the 8 minutes initially allocated are about to expire. A free kick for offside, and Queen's Park Rangers seconds away from a home defeat, their first of the season. That's it. Victory for Millwall as Alex Neil's team continue their progress up the table, and they now move above Queen's Park Rangers, who suffer their first home defeat despite Romain Burrell's late goal. But first half goals from Femi Aziz and Mikhail Ivanovic ultimately won the game for the Lions. Full time, Queen's Park Rangers 1, Millwall 2.